Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Thursday night. You know why it's great to be here?
Because it's a Thursday night.
It feels like it's been a while since we've been on the normal routine. There's been
Indeed.
Weddings and stuff.
So there was a wedding, and then there was the Thursday Night Hangout.
There was a Thursday night hangout.
And then I went to another wedding.
Another one.
Then I came back.
God, how many times did you get married in the past month?
I have not gotten married. I have married individuals.
I think that's
twice.
what you just tell the people.
No. So, let's see here. So no, wait. No, that's not right. Okay, so how the hell do we do this? So there was a marriage, and then there was our Thursday night hangout, right?
Yeah.
And then there was, then Blaine came on the show.
Because you had another thing.
Because I had to do a legal marriage.
None of those fake sham marriages.
No, so I'm not going to get into it, but basically there's a lot of freaking rules and regulations for getting married, especially if you're...
Why is the government regulating my marriage? I want to marry my cat if I damn well please.
That's up to the state and the county. So to ease...
State government.
To ease the problems, I married a couple in Atlanta, and then married them again in Tennessee.
You married them twice? What the hell's wrong with you, boy?
Because in Tennessee, you're only allowed to get married under certain denominations and in certain ways. And if there are individuals of certain persuasions, you're not allowed to actually perform the marriage.
Ooh, what denomination are you for the Tennessee purposes?
Christian.
Ah, interesting. And then it becomes legalified. And Charlie is giving himself a overdose of crappiness to the veins. Are you ready now?
I think so.
Okay, I worry about you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into it. Let's do the do thing. That's what I do.
But notice, people, there's a different type of do tonight than our normal Thursday night do that we've been going through for the last eon. Notice the color of the cans.
It's a darker color than we're used to.
It's the authentic stuff.
Silver than there is anything else.
Thankfully, he's finally given to the dark side and drinking the real stuff. None of that fake diet crap.
Well, actually, the fake diet crap actually hurts you more than the regular stuff, because the fake diet crap actually basically makes your brain believe that it's getting the sugar, but it isn't. So your brain then afterwards goes, oh my God, I crave sugar. So you actually have to fight a craving for more sugar than you would have if you were to just drink the regular thing.
But the diet stuff doesn't come with the sugar. You get your
It's a replacement. No. The diet stuff comes with the replacement sugar, which actually makes your brain believe it has sugar, but your brain never gets that sugar. Therefore, your brain goes, I need sugar! So it's actually worse off for you. Diet stuff, bad. Very bad. If you drink diet stuff, you're not helping yourself, you're hurting yourself. All right, so...
Are you helping yourself by drinking regular Mountain Dew?
Yes, because then I'm not trying to binge on like chocolate and jelly beans and Twizzlers and anything else that has sugar in it. Popsicles.
I prefer just binge everything.
Oh, well, you've got the physique for it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into it, shall we? Okay.
Jump into the dark side.
I can't jump right into the dark side. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little, hey, here's something to talk about. So let's go right into the Extra Life thing.
Extra Life!
Ladies and gentlemen, there is this amazing charity thing called Extra Life.
How amazing?
It's amazing.
Ooh, that's amazing.
Ooh, I even got a burp in there. Extra Life is basically a charity organization, a nonprofit, that is kind of tailor-made towards individuals who like to game.
Game!
Now, I'm not saying that you have to be a video game player. You could be a board game player. You could be a pencil and paper RPG player. Hell, you could be a LARP.
Could be a
which
Nerf gun
is
player?
live action role play game.
What about a skeet shooter?
Is it a game?
Everything's a game. If you angle vacuuming's a game to see how fast can you level up your floor.
Can you stream it?
Oh, I can stream my vacuum.
Then yes.
Yes, I like it.
Extra Life is an amazing opportunity for those individuals out there who want to raise money
How
towards...
about GoPro on my vacuum?
Sure.
I think we're onto something.
Children's Miracle Network. No. Children's Hospital Miracle Network. And of course, there are several different hospitals underneath that umbrella that you can specify where your donations go to. For Ultra Confusion, it's always going to be forever and forever and forever Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. That I've spent a lot of time there. my kids have, my sister has, my other sister has, my friends have. There's stories I could tell you, but it would take up too much time. So all I need to tell you is that if you have the ability, please donate to Extra Life. And no Ultra Confusion has technically met its goal.
Woo!
However,
Ultra Confusion.
However, that doesn't mean that you can't donate. All the money, once again, goes to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. It is tax deductible, so you can write that bad boy off. And of course, it's for the kids.
So you're saying is once you meet that $250 goal, we pocket the rest.
No.
No, that's not what you're saying.
No, that means that we've met our goal. It's 250. We're sitting at 275 right now. That does not mean, by any stretch of the imagination, that means, oh God, I can't donate anymore.
Oh.
No. This is a great opportunity for you to continue to donate. Now, if you have a friend or you know of a group who is still not yet reached their goal,
what if you don't
donate
have a
to them. All you got to do is go to Extra Life. Just Google Extra Life or look on the internet for hashtag Extra Life. You can find a worthy team to donate to. Now, of course, if you're looking for a specific hospital, I would go to the hospital and kind of like radiate from there to see if they have a hashtag or if there's any local groups that are basically focusing their energy on that specific thing. Ultra Confusion, of course, will always be Children's Healthcare Atlanta. That's how we roll. But yeah, please donate. The money all goes to the hospitals. It's a phenomenal, awesome thing. Now, the really cool thing is that November 4th. It's going to be a 24-hour game.
That's not far away.
No, it's not at all. It's a 24-hour game-a-thon. Ultra Confusion will be taking part in it, as always.
That's 2 weeks.
It's our fifth or sixth year. And I, of course, will be trying to game for the entire 24 hours. Now, that being said, I will be trying to coerce individuals to jump into my stream to give me little nap time. Basically, this guy right here. Zealeus might jump into our Twitch stream just so I can maybe get, yes.
Weapons like if I'm actually here.
You could still jump into my Twitch stream.
But okay, I asked some dumb questions. That was pretty dumb. That was pretty dumb.
Whatever. Anyway, so once again, November 4th, it's going to be a 24-hour gaming thing. And during that time, you can check in to see how delirious I am. And also, please note that I am doing this for the kids. So please, while I'm doing this, please, notice how many times I've said please, donate to Extra Life, okay?
Don't believe what he says. He's doing this as an excuse to play 24 straight hours of video games because he knows there's no way otherwise it could possibly happen.
Of course, but at the same time, because I'm gaming, you do have the opportunity to donate to an event that, of course, once again, tax deductible, and also it helps the kids.
Okay, fine. It's all about the kids.
It is about the kids. It's all about the kids. It's always about the kids.
What about us old people, man? What is that? Why is it going to be about us? Why do the kids always have to hog all the spotlight?
Because the kids are sick and they need your help.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to jump to a non-screen because I do want to cover something that Zealeus and I covered previously, and I just need to chit-chat a little bit more. But since we're doing our show, we're going to do it anyways. So as many of you know, there was this wonderful thing called eSports scholarships going to Georgia State University. And one of the games that was selected was Paladins.
Oh, you have a follow-up.
Basically, the more I talk to individuals within the gaming community, the more like shenanigans and BS people are calling on this. Simply because if you want, and this is their biggest problem, okay? Esports, any game that's on an esports rank has some sort of violence. Paladins is like on the way far end of not really all that violent. Yes, you're shooting someone, but there's no blood.
As far as being graphic or
exactly,
having gratuitous violence.
There's not gratuitous violence. It's basically like the way that I heard the equivalent of it all is that it's like you and a friend basically beating each other over the head with a Nerf sword. I mean, that's basically the equivalent of it. You're not really hurting anyone, and let's be honest.
Wait, you don't really hurt people when you play video games?
No.
Shocking.
let's be honest, the vast majority of us have probably like either shot each other with a Nerf gun or beat the crap out of someone with like a foam sword or something. And that's basically the equivalent of Paladins. So the question that everyone is asking is, who the hell was like, oh my God, too violent? Because once again, we're talking about 17 and 18, maybe even 19-year-olds who got this scholarship, who at this point are good enough at first-person shooters to have gotten this scholarship. So you're telling me that all of a sudden, because a 17 or 18 or 19-year-old has an incentivized reason to continue to play first-person shooters, that they're about to become mass murderers? No. That is beyond ridiculous. That is the stupidest thing. Funny side. Real quick. Sure. There was, so I'm part of the Georgia Game Developer Association and the IGDA, International Game Developer Association Atlanta chapter. There's an individual who I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe is part of the Georgia State University faculty or staff.
Sure.
And he was actually toting and very proud that they're doing eSports scholarships. Of course, I had to go, well, it seemed cool, but it was kind of a dick move for everyone, for the university to remove Paladins for violent reasons I don't understand. Now, of course, he never responded, but I'm just saying.
My guess is, and I'm totally extrapolating, and I don't know what actually happened. My guess is it probably went something along the lines of it was accepted, they said okay, and then somebody, my guess, either a very prominent politician or somebody with influence or somebody with a lot of money, complained to like the chancellor or the person in power, was like, this promotes violence at the school, this is totally unacceptable, it has people shooting each other. And then they pulled it. So that's my guess, is what, something along those lines of some, basically a knee-jerk reaction, where somebody complained.
I am so sick of knee-jerk reactions.
I'm not saying it's a great good excuse, but that's God. My guess, is it was some kind of knee-jerk response to somebody raising a complaint. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the complaint. If somebody wants to raise a complaint and say that, what about video games? Do they cause violence? Is instead of having a knee-jerk reaction, that's the perfect opportunity to have a discussion. Be like, gee, I don't know, Charlie. That's a good question. Let's go look online.
Whoa, wait. Actually talk to each other and discuss?
See what the research says.
Oh my God!
Let's see. Does playing video games promote violence and are used? Huh.
Look, I understand.
You know what? That's interesting, John. It doesn't. Study after study shows. Amazing.
Oh my God. This is just... Okay, look, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Call of Duty, if you want to remove that scholarship, sure. Counter-Strike, absolutely. I totally understand. But things like Overwatch, Paladins, Smite, League of Legends, I'm at a loss. I'm absolutely at a loss. Dota, or Dota 2. I don't understand the logic behind that.
They're all cartoony. See, I have no problem with any of the FPSs. You want to do Call of Duty, whatever, go for it. To me, they're all the same.
Call of Duty, in my opinion, my own mind,
sure.
the biggest offender, if you were gonna go after like a realistic, violent game that you don't want to associate your school with, it's gonna be Counter-Strike. It's gonna be.
Because it's so realistic.
Because it's so realistic, and there's blood, and you can basically take shots to like wound an individual if you shot him in the knee or something like that.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Leaders don't do nuance very well.
No.
So, because we were talking about the nuance between different FPSs.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the different scale of here realistic and here, more cartoony, not so realistic.
Right.
To them, it's just much easier to say it's a first-person shooter. We're banning them all. Because then you don't have to have those tough discussions to explain to people what the difference potentially is.
Can we not?
It's easier just to give it like, it's basically zero tolerance. It's much easier to do zero tolerance than it does to actually have to make a critical decision about whether or not this is good or bad.
And that's the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. Do not half-ass this shit. If you are worried about the influence of something, actually do the research. Don't pull this crap like, sorry, Jenny McCarthy, but vaccines cause autism. No, it doesn't. Vaccine your kids. Like, well, no one gets the whooping cough. Yes, because they're vaccinated.
Look at towns in Minnesota where they don't get vaccinated. Guess what happened?
They all have the whooping cough. And then if you think that a game is violent, actually do your research. What what exactly, because the thing is, there are a ton of individuals, especially in like medical schools, who are trying to do their dissertation or whatever, and they probably will dip their toe in the water of, is there a correlation between certain types of video games and violent tendencies, or perhaps an individual, they change the psychosis or gain a psychosis because of overplaying this game. Do your research. Don't go, oh, there's guns in it. It's got to be bad.
Now, I'm going to try to defend the president a little bit of this decision.
No.
Okay.
No, there is no defending. But
here's the other way to look at it. So you're like your number one job as the president of a school. I don't even know who made this decision, to be honest. I don't know if it was a president. But as a president, the number one of your job for any school is basically PR. You want to make your school look good. And part of what we've seen is in the last couple of years with Twitter and Facebook, all this stuff, is the immediacy of news and how the public and the news outlets don't do nuance themselves very well that we're talking about.
Everyone's looking for the first one to get that story and run with it.
So, unfortunately, and so if you look at, especially not the increase in mass shootings, but the proliferation of the news related to these shootings.
And only in U.S. areas.
True. But you look at as a president and you see these shootings going on, and you think, oh my. Next thing that's going to happen is if this happens at Georgia State University, the first thing that they're going to do is jump to conclusions and say, shooting related to first-person shooter. So I'm not saying it's fair, but I think in some regard that probably does go through a leader's mind of deciding whether or not these games they should have at their school is because you got to remember, everybody second guesses what you do. You're not going to make everybody happy. So they're probably thinking someone from a PR perspective of, do you want to be on the side of promoting violence with playing first-person shooters? Because even if it does or doesn't, it's an easy headline to say school promotes killing people with first-person shooters. I'm not saying it's fair, but it's easy to do. And I wonder if some aspect that could be going through the mind is, man, we got to get on the front end of this to make sure that we have no association potential with violence through first-person shooters.
That is the dumbest shit ever, okay? Oh my God. Talk about...
I said I tried.
No. Okay. So here's a great phrase that everyone should freaking remember or learn.
Okay.
When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
You're spelling you wrong, so...
Oh, dear Jesus. Okay, so, look, I understand. Yes, you can correlate anything to anything. Oh my God. Individuals are going insane. And they're, I don't know, they're stabbing everyone. And it's because people are watching too many Ginsu knife infomercials. We got to get rid of the Ginsu knife infomercials because they could slice through a can and a penny and a tomato.
Hand to hand if you're not paying attention.
Oh my God.
I think I hit Charlie's sweet spot. That was a big.
No, look. The stupidity of being first does not mean you're right. It will never mean. There's a very infinitesimal, a way of you being right with trying to be first. Do your damn research. I know it's easier to do a knee-jerk reaction and then pay the consequences later. However, some of those knee-jerk reactions have a direct influence or penalty to other individuals. So by saying, let's just say, just for shits and giggles, that there's a terrorist organization that's from a certain country, so everyone from the country is super duper bad. It's going to blow up everything.
And we should ban them all from being in America.
No!
Okay, let's look at one other perspective. I'm going to piss you off again. Look at this from the cost-benefit analysis.
Oh, dear. Oh, my God. Okay.
I know. P&L, man. That's what it's all about.
Go.
The good and the bad. So you're saying there, what is the overall, you look at the overall hierarchy of a school, what is the positives of having a first-person shooter and what are the negatives? Let's see, our positives are we might bring in a couple of scholarship students. What is this game? What are video games? I don't know. I'm 80 years old and I still can't use a calculator.
What? 80 years old, you still can't use a calculator? You're messed up, dude.
I have my stuff.
I got my TI-82 in my back pocket.
My kids have to send text messages for me. I can't, so.
Where's my slide rule?
I hear this is a first-person shooter, and you shoot people. That's bad, man.
Does that mean we really get guns?
And so you have that versus, okay, so if we ban this, what negative influence do they have at school? I don't know, man. 2 or 3 kids might get pissed off. So for them, they look like, what do they lose by banning first-person shooters? You got a few people in Ultimate Confusion ranting against the man. And, a few kids are legitimately unhappy. But what do you gain in the long run by having a first-person shooter? And I know they're short-sighted.
What do you gain in the long term for having a knee-jerk reaction and shutting down a program to a specific organization or type of competition that is growing by the day?
But there's a key word, growing. Short-sightedness is another issue. Because everything I'm talking about, it's all the short-sighted, knee-jerk, unintentionally being that. It's all short-sighted, completely short-sighted. And we're trying to talk, hopefully take the long view. But people aren't good at taking the long view. It's the immediacy of what's right in front of you right now, and that's all they see is the right now of what's happening.
And I think that's the stupidest thing you could do. There has got to be like a, I don't know, take like a second or two to see the actual impact, okay? Because the fact of the matter is, it's the screaming thing.
Sorry.
My bad.
All right, we'll keep it down.
So the fact of the matter is that eSports really is not going to go away, okay? There are organizations that continue to get into it. The New York Yankees just bought into eSports, okay? And so for a university that is, for universities who really starting to understand the power and the spotlight that could be put onto your school, because we're in the middle of an eSports renaissance or revolution. I don't know. I would say revolution, because there's still a lot of stuff to work out with. However, to basically knee-jerk and cut yourself off from being one of those essential pieces of this phenomenon that keeps growing is the dumbest thing you could do.
Might as well just be a spokesperson for eSports.
Huh?
I think you found a new calling in life.
eSports people, come talk to me. I will chit chat and talk y'all up, because look, every single day I see more organizations try to more corporate organizations trying to buy into the eSports, because they see that this is a market that's just growing by the second. And for a college or a university or a learning institute who was going to offer those scholarships, offered to some people, and then pull it because of a knee-jerk reaction is the dumbest thing you can do. Anywho.
Do you feel better now?
Better. However,
okay.
Let's get into something that we're very passionate about and is not going to cause me to scream and yell and rant.
Wasn't that because we were passionate about it?
Yes. However, this is something we're also passionate about.
Okay, then.
And this is something we definitely need to talk about because it is just simply awesome. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, may I draw your attention to the next big thing from Nerdburger Games. That's it. Nope. Capers. Wow, I screwed that one up.
Psych.
Ladies and gentlemen, Capers is a superpowered game of 1920s gangsters during the Prohibition. This game is built around, it's interesting, there's no dice, there is cards. Now, I do want to show you some really cool cards, all of us, real quick. And that, of course, is, okay, so this is something you need to see. This, my friends, is what the back of the card is and what the front of the card is. So Capers is not only going to have you play with a 54, because you count all the jokers. Yep. 54 card set. There's going to be a special Capers deck. And this, of course, is the bad joker. This is the one you don't want, because if you get that, you're screwed. But knowing me, I will always get the bad joker.
You're good at that. You got skills.
So basically, Capers is, if you've heard of us talking about mergers and acquisitions, this is basically the next entry. It basically takes some of the mechanics of Merge and Acquisitions. Merge Acquisition, of course, was based on a slight dice roll. Dice roll?
Yeah, those are dice roll.
Yeah, dice roll. And then we're going to move from dice to cards.
Which I love. I
which
love
is
the deck
awesome.
mechanic.
I love it.
I'm such a fan.
Of course, I always get the wrong suit and the wrong number, but that's besides the point. I am just...
That's what we got to gamble for, because then you can gamble your luck and
Dude,
push it.
what is it? So it's a boon and a botch, right? So I'm like super botch. That's what I do. I botch out of necessity, I guess. But anyways, Capers, awesome game. Now we do have some awesome information for you. I do want to show you this really cool thing, and this is a finalized piece of art for Strength, and I just want to show you real quick. Boom.
Nice.
That looks awesome, and I'm going to move this. Oops, shit. I'm going to move this image. So give me 1 second so I can actually grab that image. There we go. So that looks awesome.
That is awesome. I'm a fan.
I am a huge fan. Anyway, so
I wish I could do that with a...
all right, so ladies and gentlemen, if you are
And of
interested,
course, it's a Tommy gun.
of course, and ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in gaining any information about Capers, I will tell you this right now. You, my friends, can go to DriveThruRPG and get a preview edition for $4 for the PDF and $10 for a soft cover of Capers, just to get to wet your whistle, to kind of see the awesomeness that is Capers. Now, of course, what I would recommend is go over to DriveThruRPG right now, get the preview edition, get yourself. I'm almost 100% sure that you probably have a deck of cards, 54 cards at your house. If you don't, you can go anywhere and buy a cheap deck of cards, and you can utilize that preview edition to give it a test drive. And of course, as a result, you're gonna be like, well, damn, I need to actually play the full version. How do I do that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am here today to tell you that the master and creator, Craig Campbell, has given me a little bit of insight. And that insight, my friends, is that there's going to be a Kickstarter, just like Merge and Acquisitions had a Kickstarter. And this Kickstarter will start on March 8th, 2018. So you have now, which is October the 19th, 2017, up to March 8th to get very familiar with the preview edition, and of course, build that yearning, that burning, that need to actually get the full, sorry, March 6th, my bad, March 6th, not 8th. I don't know where I got 8th. But anyways, March 6th. Play as much as you can. Grab all your friends in. Let's do this. I'm almost 100% sure.
100%?
Almost 100%.
Almost.
Close. That Ultra Confusion may try to do like a one-off Capers thing between now and March 6th. I'm just going to say.
Are you just saying, or are you saying?
I'm just saying.
You're just saying, okay.
So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, definitely go over to DriveThruRPG and get your Capers Preview Edition. Now, of course, if you want to find out more about Nerdburger games in general, all you got to do is go over to the website. Of course, the easiest way to do it is the Zealeus way of doing it, and it's just Google
it. To the Google place.
Go over there. Of course, you can find out information about merged acquisitions, Capers, and I'm going to reach out to Craig, the mastermind behind it. I don't know. It's
Die Laughing.
Die Laughing. Is any of that on Nerdburger game yet? I don't know. I'll have to double check. But anyways, check out Capers. Get your preview edition. Let's do this.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next thing. So there's an interesting correlation to Capers' Kickstarter, and that, of course, is AndoCon. AndoCon, of course, is an amazing convention that you need to go to if you're in the Atlanta area. Yes, that's right, my friends. In the Atlanta area, between March the 9th through the 11th, 2018, there's going to be this convention called AndoCon. Currently, it's being kickstarted. I don't know where we're at with the Kickstarter, but hopefully
it's right around 5,200.
We need to get it all the way up. AndoCon is not a video game convention. It is like board game, pencil paper RPG type of thing. It is a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of like-minded individuals. You get to try out a ton of board games you probably don't even know about. 74%. Keep it going.
I still need to buy my ticket, but I'm trying to see how many people at school I can get to buy with me by doing the add-on package.
Well, I don't remember which package I bought. But I've already bought into AndoCon, and so should you.
Well, of course you have. So is what you do.
So basically, this is an awesome convention. But here's the really cool thing about AndoCon. There are going to be some local developers, indie developers, that are going to be there that are going to showcase and allow you to test games that no one knows about.
And that's one of my favorite parts.
So you can be on the freaking front door of a game that could blow everyone away. And this is your chance to take a dive into it and know how awesome it is before anyone else.
It's also interesting, like you play a game developer, because they probably play test it themselves a lot, and you see them, and you play a mechanic, and you see like the look on their face, where it's like, I didn't think of that. I should probably fix that.
I have the VIG. I've got the VIG badge.
There you go, VIG, look at that.
But seriously, AndoCon. Go over to Kickstarter, search AndoCon, pledge to it, and we'll see you March 9th through the 11th.
And that is a big difference. Like most Kickstarters, it's like you're kickstarting on a prayer kind of. Well, let's hope something comes to me. No, with AndoCon, when you pledge that $35, it's like you're getting the 3-day pass. So really, you're buying a pass is really what you're doing with that. So you know you're getting something immediately out of it. And that's why I love the idea of it.
I love it. I love it. Seriously, go to Kickstarter, search AndoCon, pledge to it, and then come to Atlanta. If you're not in Atlanta, come to Atlanta.
There's a hotel package with the Kickstarter.
Yeah, exactly. It's in Atlanta. I can't say anything more. If you want more information, of course, just go to andocon.org. You find all the information you want to.
Technically Peachtree Corners, but yeah.
Well, no. You find andocon.org to find all the information. Yes, it's in Peachtree Corners. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next topic.
Indeed, sir.
And this one is all about Zealeus.
So, Dota 2, if you watch streaming. So this is more about streaming in general. It's obviously the eSports. People want to watch them. It's the big thing.
eSports!
Right. So Dota 2 has a lot of their tournaments.
Dota 2?
Yeah, I told them.
Dota!
Dota! So they have their tournaments. But what they're finding is, so you got these tournaments, and obviously see you, Mr. Craig. Obviously, you have this tournament, and it's costing tens of thousands of dollars to put on. And part of the money you're going to bring in is by people watching your stream online, right? Makes sense. But what's happening is, online big prominent streamers, predominantly on Twitch, is what they're doing is they're basically taking the stream from a Dota 2 tournament, and then they're casting over that stream. And so what's happening is Dota 2 tournaments are getting a little bit ticked off at this. You're like, wait a second, these people are basically stealing our subscription base by you restreaming it. And basically so last week Steam gave their little proclamation where basically they said, be nice. The extent of what they said was if somebody cast over a actual Dota 2 tournament, the main stipulation is you can't do it for monetary gain. So you can't do it, subscription or behind a paywall or anything. It's just you have to be doing it for free, whatever that means. Because of course the next question is, well, can you ask for donations? Because that's what everybody does on Twitch is they want donations. Can you have donation button down? What exactly does this mean? But it's just kind of the overall bigger question. What is kind of, obviously there's something bigger like NBA or basketball, you can't do that. I mean, shut down in a heartbeat.
You get slapped upside the face immediately going, no broadcasting or retelevising of this.
Every NFL game, they say it like 18 times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas, it's kind of a little bit an atmosphere with eSports where it does cater a little bit more towards the casual or hardcore fan for that matter. And to me, I like the idea of this because one of my always complaints is, especially for college football, is the homers. It would be interesting, I think at least, watching UGA football, instead of watching some, dipwad NBC announcers who I don't really care about, I want to watch. Well, obviously he's not announcing now anymore, but I would have loved to watch, Larry Munson come through my TV, and kind of have different TV streams. Depending, or maybe you're a homer, next week Georgia plays Florida. Maybe you want to watch the Florida streamer of the homers. Go for it. And it always seems like that's been such a lost opportunity to get people to watch your sports, is have these different versions of the sports, especially with the internet now. I mean, you can cast all this stuff on the internet. And it seems like such a lost opportunity. So for East, and I know they kind of do it for the NCAA tournament.
No, actually, while listening to you talk, this is actually something that is in the mind of Adam Silver, the NBA guy. He's actually trying. Huh?
Commissioner.
Yeah, commissioner. He's actually trying to kind of work with like streaming and esports individuals to see what it would take to give that kind of feel, that kind of vibe for NBA sports. Because let's be honest. Yes, if you're working for a telecommunications company, it's always going to be on TV.
Yes.
But if we're going to be realistic, a lot of stuff. I mean, the vast majority of stuff is going streaming, and it's going to be a la carte. Okay,
well,
I know that's a death wish for cable companies.
Even what's your definition of streaming? Because I do everything through YouTube TV. Well, technically, I'm still doing it through a cable television station,
right?
But I'm streaming it to my device, so it's kind of even then. It's kind of a what is it exactly?
I've got PlayStation View.
Same thing.
And when I get all of my ESPN stuff through the ESPN app, and I just stream it to like the TV or something like that. Yep. I don't have cable, so I mean, this is actually, in my opinion, it's a good move by Adam Silver, because this kind of like. He's at least trying to gain some sort of understanding. He's not going to do it tomorrow, but he's getting an understanding of what is involved with trying to make that move. Now, speaking about Dota 2 streaming and professional matches, I agree. If it's not for monetary gain, go nuts.
Go for it.
I know that donation is a little bit of a hazy area. However, there's no real way to stop that.
No.
Because you have the option of that, and the fact of the matter is, and I'm not saying that this is kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a cop out. But there are going to be individuals who are probably going to donate to you while you stream something else. Like I know for a fact that Twitch allows you to basically pick up someone else's channel while you're not streaming. So what you're telling me is if I auto stream something, that individuals could not continue to donate to me because I'm not currently streaming. That's the gray area.
Sure.
Now, my question becomes, and I don't know how Dota or any organization would handle this, but let's say that they do take, they rebroadcast a stream.
Okay.
However, what they do is that they basically commentate over the stream. So they're giving original content to what's being seen.
That's the whole purpose of this.
Right.
That's what they're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
So the idea, to elaborate on that, Steve also said that basically none of the original audio content should be on there.
Right.
Because then you really are rebroadcasting their basically an IP at that point. If you also rebroadcast, kind of like your point of, on Twitch, you can rebroadcast somebody else's when you're not there.
Right.
And get basically their donations because it's on your Twitch channel.
Well, if
you have a donate button down there.
No. So basically, when I'm streaming for, let's say, just out of shits and giggles, let's just say high-res TV. If they go to mine, it shows that I'm streaming high-res TV. However, there's a button that says go to high-res TV, or you can just stay on mine. If you stay on twitch.tv/alterconfusion, you hit that donate button, it goes to me.
Yep.
But if you go over to high-res TV and you click that donate button, of course it's going to high-res. So it's up to the viewer.
But that's basically what Valve is saying is don't do it that way. Because that is what they're trying to avoid. Because they want to make it fair for the tournament organizers too. Because the point is the tournament organizers feel like people are stealing their money basically by taking subscribers away from paying for their subscription service or whatever it is, and then paying for another streamer. So that's part of what Valve said is, if Zealeus, if I'm rebroadcasting your professional Dota 2 match, that you're casting also, paid by the organizers, I cannot take your stream with your casting and then rebroadcast that on my channel. If I'm doing it, I'm casting over just the video only.
Right, but
without bringing
okay. So the question then becomes: if someone hits that donate button while you're auto hosting somebody else, how are you to distinguish if it's just someone who wanted to donate to you and this is the time that they're able to donate to you, and if they're donating to you simply because you're rebroadcasting a stream?
And that's where the donate is definitely the gray area.
Right.
Yes. I mean, it can't be a payment based on you can't. I think it's also like ads and that stuff too.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, there's the gray area there. But basically, the idea is this is a thing, and it's gonna be interesting, because right now, when Dota's doing it's kind of still a friend thing. But I think for instance, Blizzard takes a much more hardline stance on this.
God, Blizzard will stomp you in the nuts
Exactly.
on
So
anything.
Even how different companies approach kind of the same type of problem. I mean, I already know Blizzard's response, like, yeah, no, not cool. Like, no, we're doing our own people. If you don't like it, then tough cookies. Whereas Valve is always, I don't know if I want to say necessarily customer friendly, but they've been more flexible with these kind of things.
Yeah.
And Valve is pretty much, don't be a dick. That's really their thing when it comes to video games. And that's kind of what this is. They're basically like, all right, guys, if you ever say you want to cast to give it for customer experience, just try to steal all of the tournament organizers' money, okay? Let's just make this work. That's really what they're saying.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, if you're into the eSports realm, the Houston Rockets, NBA professional basketball team, has successfully received the final League of Legends franchise spot for this upcoming season.
I wonder if
there was an organization that got shut out. I don't
maybe
remember
Chris
what
Paul
it was.
could be their coach and organize the.
I was thinking more Harden. But
No,
anyways,
Chris Paul's more the organizer. Harden he would be like your solo laner. Yeah, he'd be your ADC.
I'm actually really okay. We're getting like way off point. But anyways,
Speaking of that, I know our 20th topic. Did you see the big injury?
yes, who's a huge gamer, by the way.
Ooh.
Gordon Hayward, huge gamer.
I was
He's going to be
looking
doing a
forward
lot
to
of gaming.
I was looking forward to seeing what he was. Well, yeah, he is now. Maybe he could be on one of these esports teams now.
I would not be surprised if he I know the Patriots bought into something.
They did, yeah.
So I'm assuming Boston, all that stuff. I don't know. Anyways,
Just don't ruin his hands by playing too many games.
he was a Call of Duty pro before he actually joined basketball. Anyways, I'll be very interested to see where we go with streaming and basically hosting other streams, and the consequences, the repercussions of what's going to go on, because that there's a lot of professional esports stuff that's already been locked down to this is where we're streaming type thing. So going forward, this is going to get it's going to get even more murky, or maybe get more solid with the rules and regulations that are going to be put forth to individuals.
Yep.
Now, I've been putting this off simply because this absolutely kills me, and it continues to kill me, and I really wish I had a hard drink at this moment to...
Did you try to get us one?
I cannot do whiskey right now.
No? Okay.
No. And I feel like, I almost feel like I should go grab a beer, but I'm drinking my Mountain Dew, and I'll continue to drink my Mountain Dew. And ladies and gentlemen, this comes with a very, very heavy heart, and that is Brew will be no more after November 5th.
Raise your glasses.
Raise your glasses, ladies and gentlemen. Brew has been like that sacred haven for nerds galore in Atlanta to go to and have a good time. Phenomenal, trivia, lots of fun activities, all that stuff. Now, the reason, of course, for this is unknown. There's a lot of people that basically have come out and said that it was not a money thing. Now, of course, everyone's going, then what was it? And of course, Brew, the entities that be of Brew are being very hush-hush about it.
You could buy it if you got money.
Now,
they're open if you got to make money.
If you want to buy it, they are going to try to sell it. However, the fact of the matter is, it is a very niche market. And to be honest with you, having a restaurant or a bar or the combination of both is very, very difficult to do. So, I mean, it would take someone who is super duper dedicated to do this. It's just, it hurts so hard.
The thing that gets me is, and this is where I'm curious about management, is the place is always freaking packed. It's one of those things where, like, it's much business. And the thing is, when you go to Battle and Brew, you're drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
And the markup on alcohol is ridiculous.
Not a Battle and Brew.
Yeah,
Not compared to other bars.
It's still high.
There is a markup. However, if I were to go to like a Taco Mac or a Marlowe's Tavern or O'Brien's, I get a hell of a better deal at Battle and Brew than I do at those other 3 establishments.
But you also remember that we're usually drinking beer, and they also have their liquor, which is marked up. I mean, liquor is still a huge markup, and as a proportion of what Battle and Brew is selling is pretty damn high. I mean, they just sell a lot of liquor, so that's just where I'm kind of like, how does, you look at how busy they are, and I kind of worry. And I know, like, some of the groups I know who go to Battle and Brew have had really bad luck lately, as far as service goes.
Yeah, I've heard some stories about the service, and I hope that isn't the reason why. Because I'm gonna be totally honest with you, there are certain individuals that were servers there who fucking peered.
I remember last time you had to chase them down. Like,
no, I had
where'd you go?
No, I went and talked to management. I'm like, seriously, it's not busy. I don't know what this guy is doing, but look.
What was the bartender's name? I liked him.
Oh, he actually left. He's actually working for a local brewery now.
He was cool.
James,
he was really good.
No, it's the thing is, I don't know. I always had a pretty good experience at Battle and Brew. Knock on wood. Now, of course, there were those times where my server would disappear, or there'd only be like 2, what do you call it? Barbacks, where every single seat is filled at the bar, and there's no fucking way that there should only be 2.
That was probably, to me, the biggest issue with B&B was, you think you're paying your server $2.13 an hour.
Yeah.
Is with again, even if the markup isn't as high as other restaurants,
right?
You're gonna make the markup. You're gonna make the hourly wage for a barback by selling 1 frickin' beer. Like, that always got me is, even on not incredibly busy nights, how much we'd be waiting in line.
Yeah.
I know that saying, issues aside, I still, obviously, we both love B&B. And I guess I also got different expectations depending on where I go. Like, if I go to Battle and Brew, like, okay, I go to Marlowe's, I expect to only be there half hour, 45 minutes, hour at the max. Like, I'm not going there to, sit there, lounge around, versus Battle and Brew, I'm going there with the intention of knowing I'm going to be here for a while. So, yes, the service could definitely be a little slow at times, but I also had a very leisurely pace. It was just kind of that atmosphere to me.
For me, Marlowe's, if I ever go to Marlowe's, I definitely expect right off the bat food poisoning. And then shitting out my brains and then going, why the fuck did I go here again? Every single time
Never had that.
Every single time I've gone to the Marlowe's in Dunwoody, I've gotten food poisoning. So I don't go there anymore.
Yep.
But the thing is, Battle and Brew, yes, you're absolutely right. You're not going there for a quick turnaround. You're going to be there for a while. Either you're going to play a board game, you can play a computer game, the TVs, you're going to eat, you're going to like just chit chat, you're going to shoot the shit. Maybe there's a special event that's happening. But
the thing is, for like get-togethers like that, it's like outside of like, the Mobile Cons and the Dragon Cons and the other cons you have in Atlanta, that was kind of the place you could go to meet up with your fellow geeks.
Yeah, you go to MomoCon and then you go to Battle and Brew. Dragon Con, they actually ran shit at Dragon Con.
Good point. But it's like
AWA.
But with all the regular things they had on a nightly basis,
I know.
It was kind of like the little convention outside your conventions that you could go to and do stuff.
I'm depressed because I really wanted to go to the lock-picking seminar that they were going to do in December.
Well, that's the really strange thing is, again, reading the comments, is the suddenness of this.
Yeah.
Like, they just changed their fall menu like 2 days ago.
No, I got an email 2 days ago asking, as a local streamer, Because I was
Yep.
originally slated for December, then they moved me up to November because someone couldn't do it in November. I'm like, yeah, we'll just switch. I don't care. I stream all the time on Tuesday. And then today I get an email going, oh, by the way, anyone who's streaming after November 5th, we're not going to do it because we're closing our doors for the last time. I'm like, what?
But that's what's weird. That's the thing that gets me is like the suddenness of this.
Because the thing is, with the streaming, I'm going through the marketing person. And you would think that the marketing person would maybe know that there's a chance that shit's going to close down.
But even then, like I've read, some of the comments, kind of the same thing as you were. They were planning events in like December as of like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So it's not like this was like nobody knew, obviously.
Right. Absolutely. Like I said, there was a lock picking thing. I think it was December 12th, I want to say. I was like, oh damn, yeah, that'd be kind of fun. And you did the speed draws and the nerd dating, and then you had the trivia, which always brought in the people.
We're also gonna do nerd dating now. I missed my opportunity, damn it.
It's just there's so many questions, and
there's obviously a market for it because just again, look how packed it was. Now to be fair, it's not like people just came because it was Paladin Brew. Paladin Brew put a hell of a lot of work into it. So, the complaints, whatever, about the service and all that stuff, somewhere they were doing something right.
Right, because people kept coming back.
Well, all the organization, that takes a lot of organization to put on events night after night after night, having people come in to do your stuff. So they were doing something right.
All right, so it's October the 19th right now. Closed in November 5th. What is that?
Wait, what do we look?
What, how many days do we got?
31.
No. I'm talking about, okay, that's a Sunday.
Oh,
so we've got,
what?
It's closed
16.
on Mondays. So you cut those 2 out, so 14 days.
14 days of business.
All right. Oh, God. I wish we could do this. If we could figure out a way.
14 days of drinking?
No. If we could find out a way to basically raise $400 for Alter Confusion or for Paladin Brew, basically what it takes is we could rent out that back room. We could do an Alter Confusion kind of like last moment blowout at Paladin Brew. I believe that you have to spend at least $400, a bar tab of at least $400. If we could raise that money, let's fucking go out in style.
You know who we're missing to make this happen, actually?
Who?
Blaine.
He's in San Francisco.
But I mean, like with all the people he knew, he was going to
know.
Paladin Brew. If that would have been like an easy, connection to make it happen.
I know. God, this kills me. This broadsided the shit out of me.
Everybody. I mean, and also you look at the comments. You should come down, White Kid.
Yeah, come on, White Kid, let's do it.
But look at all the comments on Facebook. Everybody is like, what?
Now, of course, you got those people like, wow, no, duh. The service was really bad. But for each one of those, there's like 30 or 40 people going, I'm going to miss it so much.
And I think it can be both. Like,
True.
we come, it's both.
Oh, shit, it's the day after Extra Life.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is kind of funny.
Oh, that sucked.
Maybe there's sometimes issues with service, but at the same time, it was bad on Brew, man.
Look, you could go to any place, and you could have a bad experience several times. Like me with Marlowe's Tavern, me getting, a food poisoning, constantly going to Marlowe's Tavern, or hell, going to the Doherty Country Club with their restaurant. And the level of ineptitude of those servers who, I don't know where the fuck they go. I don't understand it. You're at a country club. You should be basically licking the shit off of people's shoes because you work at a country club.
And
they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you want something? I just was gossiping back there. Sorry. Fresh wound?
Or
Old
helping
wound?
out my manager with something.
No, they don't do anything. Anyways.
No, something.
Yeah, something. Taco Mac. If you sit in a certain area, any restaurant, if you sit in a certain area, you are screwed. Especially if you come in during a shift change. If you come in like 10, 15 minutes before a shift change, you may not see your server ever again, because the new one will be like, "Oh wait, that's my table. My bad."
The previous server gets the tip. I think I'll pass.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, it's gut wrenching. It's awful. Paladin Brew. If you have the ability to go to Paladin Brew between now, the 19th of October, and November 5th, do it. Go down. go there as many times as you potentially could go.
Because there's going to be no more.
Because you've got to soak up some of the awesomeness.
You know what I'm going to miss?
What?
Their house bourbon.
I know.
Like, that was good.
I know.
It's what got me drinking bourbon again.
Okay. All right. Let's do some fun little shout outs. Come after work. Let's kidnap friends who have never gone and take them. Yes. Find like-minded nerd individuals and say you have to experience this at least once before it's gone. Now, of course, everyone's going, well, what about Joystick? That's downtown. That's fine. It's more of like an arcade than it is Battle and Brew-esque. But whatever floats your boats. To me, I don't know. I've never been to Joystick and I've never been to Dave & Buster's. But Joystick kind of feels like a nerdier Dave & Buster's. But I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, definitely. It's not Dave & Buster's.
What,
like, here's that, like, Battle and Brew was gamers, geeks first. Battle and Brew was the other way, or not, Dave & Buster's was the other way around.
No, that's why I'm saying Joystick and Dave & Buster's.
Yeah.
I'm not equating. Battle and Brew is like, for me, was the gold standard or diamond standard, however you want to do it. Because us gamers, we think that there's something above gold. It's diamond, bitches.
I prefer Obsidian.
Obsidian? Is that the top? I don't know. Anyways, the what is it? Someone quick. What is Captain America's shield made out of?
Oh, vibranium or something.
Vibranium. It's the vibranium standard. Okay, so.
Christ, that's gonna be new. Like, that's gonna be the new collector's edition. Yeah, gold, platinum, diamond. They're running out of names.
All right. Okay. Anyways, let's try to pick it up a little bit. Let's talk about something that's happy.
Yay! Happiness! Happy, joy!
Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, there is an event that's actually going on in less than a month. Up in Greenville, South Carolina. Okay, it's this amazing thing called Big Fandom Greenville. Big Fandom Greenville is a nerdy convention where you get to meet and mingle with anyone and everyone at the convention. I'm talking the talent, I'm talking the vendors, I'm talking about the fan tables, I'm talking about the panelists. Everybody, you get to hang out with them. And it's a lot of fun. And fingers crossed, every single morning you will be greeted with a hi-ya! Which of course is the one and only Santiago.
Oh, Santiago.
Anyways, this is a great convention. It is in Greenville, South Carolina. There's still tickets available. The hotel is sold out from my understanding. But the beautiful thing about these conventions, like MomoCon and Big Fan of Greenville and other ones like this, Canuga, is that there is stuff to do outside of the convention. So if you need a break, you can get away from it. There are certain conventions that are in the middle of effing nowhere. Or they're in a very popular city, but they're in the middle of nowhere. And so you literally are at the convention or you're going back to your hotel and then you're done for the day. So, yeah. So check out Big Fandom Greenville. I believe it's actually bigfandomgreenville.com, all one word. But of course, do the Zealeus thing, Google it. And of course, find out all the information that you know. No. White Kid is trying to bring up a convention that shall not be named.
AndoCon!
However, I'm not saying that convention, but for all intents and purposes, this is kind of like the spiritual successor to that convention that shall not be named. It's basically put on by the vast majority of individuals who left the convention that shall not be named.
Except for the one dude.
Except for the one dude who will not be named. So definitely go check it out. November 17th through the 19th, 2017, Big Fan of Greenville, right smack in Greenville. And of course, there is a ton of stuff to do outside the convention as well as inside the convention. Of course, we will be there. So that should be reason enough for you to show up to Big Fan of Greenville.
Because then Charlie can sign your chest.
Or your Mountain Dew.
One's much more exciting than the other.
The Mountain Dew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about one other thing, and that, of course, is Patreon. Patreon, of course, is the place to go to help support Alter Confusion by becoming a patron for Alter Confusion. It is a monthly donation. It could be any denomination. You could donate $1 a month. You could donate, I don't know how much you could do. You could do, if you're really feeling frisky, I'm sure you could donate $500 a month. That would be phenomenal. But let's be realistic. the vast majority of us gamers are probably looking more towards the $1 to maybe $5 a month, which is totally okay. All the money that we gain through Patreon goes towards the Ultra Fusion Fund. And what that Ultra Fusion Fund does is it allows us to go to conventions, cover basically electronic costs, because crazy thing, the vast majority of conventions may give you a free fan table. However, you have to pay for power. And there are some conventions that perhaps we would like to have internet. We of course have to pay that as well. So that money allows us to basically get us to where we need to go. I know it's crazy. We haven't been asking for this the whole time of Ultra Fusion. That's because Ultra Fusion has been going on for 10 years.
10 years!
And for basically these 10 years, it is becoming out of my pocket. Now, as much as I would love to say that I am so stable, I could do this forever.
Yeah!
Let's be honest. If I had to do some math off the top of my head, Ultra Fusion is basically, in the 10-year process, has basically cost Ultra Fusion about $30,000. That is $30,000 that I really haven't had. So it's basically been kind of whittling away, and that is kind of why Ultra Fusion proper has kind of gone back into more of a low-key mode. It's not that Ultra Fusion is going away, it's that we need to reassess where we're spending the money. And that, of course, is we want to do the Thursday Night Hangout show. We want to do all of these conventions so that we can hang out with you awesome people and see the pulse and the voice of those nerds out there who have amazing ideas or thoughts. So this is what's important to us. The money, of course, once again, goes towards Ultra Fusion, and it goes towards the upkeep of our equipment and, of course, the ability to go to conventions. This will be the last convention outside of Atlanta or Georgia that we're going to be doing, unless, of course, we can gain some money. Now, of course, Big Fandom Greenville, which is the one outside of Georgia, if we play our cards right, we may be able to raise enough money to actually go to Big Fandom Greenville next year. We don't have the money for Canuga.
You're a fan of Big Fandom Greenville.
Yes, I'd love to go to Canuga, but we just don't have the money to do Canuga. Basically, a convention outside of Georgia cost Ultra Fusion about $500. Okay, and so that, of course, that's definitely Canuga, and that's basically about the same for Big Fandom Greenville. If we can raise $500, then we definitely could do a convention outside of Georgia. If we're doing it inside Georgia, let's say for MomoCon. MomoCon is basically, it costs us, what's the electric cost?
It was like $80. 120.
No, it's 127.
127
for the weekend. Of course, we live in Atlanta, so we can go home. So we pay $127 plus I get a parking pass, which I would never ask anyone to pay for that. But the electricity is going to be, the big thing. And of course, I would love to be able to update our camcorder, which has been with us for 8 years.
Forever.
And it has to be plugged in because the battery is completely... And the cost of a battery would basically be the equivalent of buying a new camcorder.
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
So that's not going to happen. So yes. Thank you, Sobi Nirvana. I wish that we were coming to Canuga this coming year, but unfortunately, monetarily, we cannot do that.
Just not in the cards, sadly.
However, I would love to be able just to take out this year and then come back the following year. Maybe we could try to raise some money and maybe make it to Canuga 2019. We love the people, we love the attendees at Canuga. We love the people we hang out at Canuga. It's just we unfortunately can't make it, which really kills me because, as some of you might know, every single year that Zealeus and I have gone to Canuga, we've made one pit stop before going to the convention.
Oh gosh.
And that, of course, is my grandfather lives on Signal Mountain, which is just outside of Chattanooga. So we always show up to this place called Mount Vernon. And it's great to see my grandfather. We get to spend time, we get to talk, and it's always such a fun time of him trying to convince us every single time to get the amaretto pie, which I can't stand, but he will try to sell it every single time.
He's a salesman.
So, well, of course, that's what he did when he was with IBM. But it does absolutely 100% break my heart that we're not going to be at Canuga this year. It has nothing to do with let me put this out here right now. It has nothing to do with the review we did for Canuga 2017. It has nothing to do with the little spat I had between myself and the individual who is running the vendors hall. That's not the reason. It's simply a financial reason. Alter Confusion just simply does not have the money to do it. And if we were to go to Canuga in 2019, we would try to raise enough money to get us badges, because I know that's been an issue in the past. I don't really want to go into that, but let's just say,
dude, I'm the up and up.
What? Wait, what review? You can either go to our YouTube channel, which is Alter Confusion LLC, and I think there's actually a playlist called Convention Reviews or Canuga Reviews.
Did you add mine to that one?
I think I did.
Because remember, you did one.
Yeah, I think I did.
And then I did a follow-up review.
But anyways, or you could just go to our, actually, you could probably hit up any of our social media stuff. You could probably find it. There was just a Canuga 2017 review. And here's the thing, and let me just kind of end on this, since we're getting close to the end here. When I really, really, really like something, I become very, very analytical and maybe critical, and I try to pick things apart simply because this is, in my mind, if I'm focusing in what some people would call the negative, on something that it seems like I keep going to and I have a lot of fun, it's because this one thing in my mind is the reason why this convention has not exploded and gone awesome. I've been very critical of MomoCon at certain things, about MomoCon. I've been critical about certain things at the vast majority of conventions I've gone to. That's what I do. I'm a fucking reviewer, pardon my language, but I'm a reviewer. I want individuals to understand what the shortcomings are so they can improve on it. Some individuals are going to take it the wrong way. Some individuals will try to threaten me. Okay, cool. Here's the deal. I'm probably like one of the smallest fries in the ocean. One of the smallest fish in the ocean. Fry would be kind of weird, kind of get soggy. But anyways, to actually lash out at me personally for something I said kind of adds to the validity that maybe I was on the right track. I'm just saying. I don't know. Anyways, so
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
So okay, so ladies and gentlemen, if you have the ability, please, if you want to be a monthly patron of Patreon, go to our Patreon page. You can, of course, get to it. If you're watching this on Twitch, it's in the area below this. If you're watching on YouTube, you can just go to just patreon.com and search for Alter Confusion. It'll send you right over there. But seriously, ladies and gentlemen, it would mean the world to us. Real quick, Sobi Nirvana, I felt like there was a bigger, younger crowd this year, which felt a bit awkward to me. Yes, there was, and I think that was because, and I think we've actually had more, it's basically been the same across the board, but because almost all of Canuga, with the exception of like the tournaments and the 18 plus track, actually moved to the convention center, we saw the full range of ages for the convention.
So stuff the kids might have been elsewhere previously, they were all condensed.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so ladies and gentlemen, real quick, before I get off the Patreon thing, if you do want to donate to Alter Confusion in a monetary fashion, but you do not feel safe in doing a monthly donation, you of course can do the PayPal thing. That's a donate now button either below this. You can go to www.alterconfusion.com. You can click on the donate now button there as well, and that is a one-time donation. And of course, once again, it goes to Alter Confusion, which allows us to do the upkeep, go to conventions, etc. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we are past our time. I know that a lot of individuals would like for us to continue, but unfortunately, we do have an hour and 15-minute format. I donated a jacket once. I think Zealeus is wearing it.
That's right, Sam Grizzle, you are my hero.
1, 2, 3. His cat was very vicious with it.
She's very mad when I took this morning. She's like, "No, you can't have my sleeping pillow."
So anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank everyone who tuned in to the Alter Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. remember that every single Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we do our live show here on twitch.tv/AlterConfusion. If there's ever a schedule change, you of course can find it out by going to twitch.tv/AlterConfusion. You of course can go to our Facebook page, which is AlterConfusion. We'll probably update it through Twitter, which is at AlterConfusio.
Without the N, because the N word?
Break the internet! And of course, you can, and put it up on YouTube.
Yep.
Absolutely. Okay, so real quick, Sam, you have an absolutely 100% valid point. All right, I want to do a quick apology. I'm going to switch over to this right here.
Oh, Charlie's apologizing!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know that I have been a slacker for basically 2 or 3 months now, and I really, really apologize. I have absolutely dropped the ball 100% when it comes to giving you the podcast, the videos, the constant PSAs over Instagram and then shoving over to YouTube, all that stuff. I don't know if I can make it right immediately, but I am going to fucking try as hard as I can to correct this erroneous bullshit that I've been doing. So please bear with me. If there is any questions or concerns, or you want to, I don't know, motivate me or remind me of shit that I should have already been doing, you can hit us up through any of our social media stuff, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, our website, all of the stuff. Anytime that you reach out to Alter Confusion, it goes straight to me. If you want to basically put me in my place, hit us up on any of this stuff, and I promise you, I will get to you immediately.
Charlie needs to be put in his place occasionally.
I do. So I apologize. I literally put up the past 2 weeks of the Thursday Night Hangout up today, right after noon. I am going to, tonight, after I stream, because I usually stream after the Thursday Night Hangout, tonight, after I stream, I will start the rendering process of this show, and I will get this shit on there tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay? You heard it right here. And if he does not get it on tomorrow, he's shaving his beard again for you guys live.
But this time for real money, not this fake like stuff, okay? Anyways, actually, if there is a fundraiser you'd like for Alter Confusion to do within the realm of, you know, being
Human
realistic, we're definitely up for it. Of course, I know that there's a couple people out there who would like to see maybe the ability to get an Alter Confusion t-shirt.
Ooh.
We'll work on that. There's
updated Alter Confusion t-shirts.
Yes. There are other individuals who would love to see a webcomic collection of all the Alter Confusion webcomics. I'm actually still trying to figure that out. And I might actually start a Kickstarter and literally set the goal at how much would it cost to just make Charlie a book of all his webcomics. And then if you get that pledge, you too can get that book.
Ooh.
That's what I'm thinking about. Now, I still need to iron out the details, and of course, I want to work with individuals who have already done Kickstarters, such as Derek Kamal and Craig Campbell and a bunch of other people. But just be on the lookout. I promise you, I swear to you, I'm going to be better, okay? I swear to you. You guys deserve better. I need to do better. Seriously, if there's anything that you want to see from us, or you have any topics, hit us up through any of this stuff. I will make this shit happen. Because Alter Confusion is my baby. We need to get this shit right.
There may be some Destiny 2 streaming in the future.
Yes.
I'm getting it day one.
Just don't try to monetize it, because it'll immediately be demonetized because it has violence.
I don't think I have enough viewers for that to actually matter, let's be honest.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank everybody for joining us this evening for the Thursday Night Hangout on October 19th. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure giving you everything coming out of our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Thursday Night Hangout. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.